I'm excited that I get to introduce to you the Redux Ultra Dry and Charge system. For far too long, patients with hearing loss using hearing aids have had to choose between drying or charging their hearing aids, and that is no longer. Patients will wake up with dry and charged hearing aids and their charging cases so that they meet their hearing loss needs most accurately, getting the best performance out of their aids and the most reliability out of their aids. Many patients have experienced a Redux complete moisture removal treatment in the clinic, and those are amazing opportunities to demonstrate what patients can now have every single day at home. The clinical version lasts for several weeks, depending on the level of uptake, how the patient uses it, where they live, what kind of materials they're made out of, what models they have. But ultimately, there is nothing that is more effective at ensuring that your patients' uh, hearing aids are working at target from a moisture perspective than giving them overnight drying and charging with Redux Ultra Dry and Charge. It is now more affordable than ever, even more affordable than the Redux Home system, which is exciting. I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works. We've added a screen here. This will actually accommodate a phone in the event of a splash and grab or any other personal electronic device. But let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to open this up. Okay, then I'm going to show you right inside of here. You can see it. I'll give you a little better view. There's a USB-C outlet. Okay, and so what we're going to do is provide much better cords than these, but short little jumper cables for USB-C to USB-C and USB-C to micro, which will accommodate the vast majority of hearing aid desktop chargers and charging cases. Just simply plug that in. You see we've got power here. Go ahead and press start to start the drying and monitoring process, and go ahead and close the lid. And the screen's telling me to close the lid. Now it tells me that it's drying. You will not hear any noise over your air conditioning. It automatically dims based on the lighting the screen does. We don't want to keep anybody up. This thing is premium. It achieves complete moisture removal. How it works is essentially we create the driest environment on earth inside of this system. And it's a lot more than a fan and a heater. What we do is actually completely heatless, but we take essentially the most absorbent desiccant in prime condition, and we introduce it into the environment that it contains the aids and the case, and we monitor the conditions. So we monitor the uptake of moisture inside of the desiccant as well as the environment. And once those two, stop raising and lowering and sit there for a certain amount of time, it indicates that all moisture has been removed. And then we switch over to just continuing to charge. At some point, the desiccant becomes moisture laden and essentially needs reactivated. And Redux has the patent on being able to reactivate inside of the system. So we have actually air pumps inside of here, valve systems. We essentially control the air so that we circulate the driest air. We actually exhaust the hot, wet air outside of the system, and we keep that heat from coming inside of the drying chamber. And then we actually store the desiccant in the most efficient form in between uses so that it's ready to go and efficient for next use. This system is built to last for roughly 3 years, which is perfect. It aligns with the manufacturer's warranties, so that your hearing aids are going to last reliably and work really, really well for you across the lifetime of that ownership cycle and warranty. So again, this is the Redux Ultra Dry and Charge. It's available at redux.com or your local hearing care professional. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce this to you today.